doctors that we work with for First Watch are amazing. They're just really generous. They're enthusiastic. 10 years in, still as enthusiastic as they were in the beginning.
And they're really smart.
Really smart.
So smart. And what I like best is when they might have differing opinions. I remember we were talking about breast cancer screening, mammograms, and two of the doctors had completely different opinions about how to handle that. And
we always do come to consensus. I don't think anyone's ever left one of those phone calls angry. Well, I've left a couple angry when they kill my stories. They say, "No, Joe, we don't want to run this one." Who are you paired up with now? Is it Dave?
I'm with Dave, yeah.
Dave Fairchild, okay.
And I worked with Andre for a long time. There were more people on early on. I think you guys hadn't quite figured out what would be the good mix. I'm definitely a little bit more shy, and there were quite a few vocal people that paid a lot of attention to the math, the methods, and were very critical of articles. And it's been a sea change to have a little bit of a smaller group come to consensus. Your editorial staff is obviously picking great things to look at. I think over time we've kind of loosened up and allowed a little bit more material to go forward.
And I think we've developed a really good sense of camaraderie, but also really complimentary comments from everybody who's on those calls. I'd say pretty routinely complimentary stuff is brought up by just about every single person, from the person who wrote the story, the person who's editing it, and the two physician editors that we've had on the call. And we also develop a good sense of rapport, and the fun part is trying to guess what the other person's going to say, and we're getting pretty good at that too.
I really enjoyed getting to know them. I think they're all kind of interesting people with their own personalities, and you can kind of predict what some physicians would like to see on the issue and what some would not. And you can predict what they're going to say. Ooh, yeah, you're going to need absolute values there instead of relative risk. Substance misuse instead of abuse. There's a lot of, everybody has their little peccadillos.
Yeah, I mean, the other fun thing about Physicians First Watch is the teamwork. So we've been together, most of us have been together for a full 10 years. We've had very little change in the Physicians First Watch family. And it's just been so much fun working together. We don't see each other but once a year at our annual meeting, but we work together so closely, talk to each other almost every day. The whole process is very team-oriented. We scour the literature before embargo to see what interesting stories are out there in the medical literature. We decide what to write up. We write them up. We edit them. We publish it. We do follow-up analysis on what stories our readers find interesting, and we try to provide a great service. And it's just so much fun working together with the Physicians First Watch team. It's been a real pleasure.